Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Tommy Desmond with 248 Creative here. Today we're going over one of the tools that we have in the 248 Creative toolbox, which you can find at tools.248creative.com. Basically, this is our color storyteller. Colors are obviously a big part of any design project. Planning out your general color scheme for the site is that you're trying to build is definitely a major part of the design process, because there's a lot of things taken into consideration. Especially there could be previous client branding, colors you have to think about. There's different, the moods that get generated. I mean, color theory is a whole world unto itself, and we're not going to get into all of that. So whatever the mechanism that you use to come up with your scheme, go for it. I mean, we use a couple tools at 248 that are even external to us, like Cooler from Adobe, which is a great product. It's a website you go to. It's cooler.adobe.com. And this tool is basically all user-supplied color schemes. You log in, you make new schemes, you browse other people's schemes. It's a really good starting ground to kind of get into the ballpark that you're looking for. Today, we're just looking for something to grab, so we'll just grab some. This looks pretty sweet. I like the vibe. So we'll click over to our highlighter here and start pulling out hex values. Because what the color story does, if you click one of these blocks, these are inputs actually, so you can click and paste directly into them, or you can use our awesome handy dandy color selector here, and it will chart out the colors that you're looking for. But in our case, we're just doing this real quick, so we're going to grab a couple colors off cooler.adobe.com, and put these in. Now, usually, when you're talking about a color scheme that we propose to a client or whatever, there's basically 5 principal colors for most of our designs that we kind of lock in. The reason on our color selector, or our color story tool here, there are 6, is because we leave an extra color in there for your white or your black. Which, I mean, there's always going to be some level of white and black in, pretty much every design. So in our case, we're actually going to have it be an off-white. I like that, so we're going to leave that there. And this one is going to be our nifty client scheme. Oops, and then I'll even spell it right. Alright, so that's the project name that we've come up with. These are our colors that we have. Now you notice after that, there's 2 options that we have down here, and it's use these colors in a layout, or get a link to the palette page. We'll start with to use these colors in a layout, just because that seems to be the most appropriate. Basically what happens here is it just mix and matches randomly those colors in a design. So we'll click randomize, and it's literally just swapping out those colors for in different positions to kind of give you just a quick way to kind of, you have the colors that you want to use, what the general vibe that you want to create is, but you have to kind of see it in some kind of format that kind of gives you an idea, or if a lot of people sketch first, which we sketch first too, but this is a good way to kind of visualize code-wise. There's one thing to see a sketch, and it's another thing, or even a mock-up, a PSD mock-up. There's one thing to see it like that, and it's another thing to actually see it as a site, So basically that's what it does. And then you can take a look at it, finish it, whatever, take these colors down and make the mental note, as it were, and you can either start over or just go back. So we'll back. So the other option that you have back at the home page of the tool is to get link to palette page. Now, what this is pretty neat. This is how, when we propose to our clients different colors that we're going to use, what our recommendations are for their design. This is how we do it, just to get ourselves in the color ballpark before we go through the increased cost and effort of making an actual mock-up, a PSD mock-up. So this gets us, gets basically the client's approval and, mental consensus. We're operating on the same page as far as colors are concerned before we even bother with Photoshop. So anyway, the you can take this link. All of the information is embedded in the link. We actually have the colors get passed in the link itself. So if you take this link and you copy and paste it into an email and send that to your client, if your client follows the link, they're going to receive this. They're going to be able to see the story, the color palette that you've come up with. So that's pretty much it. It's a simple tool. It's just one of the many tools that we're going to fill this toolbox up with, but it is a useful one. We get a lot of mileage out of it just to kind of streamline our process for our clients, make it a little easier on everybody, and hopefully you can use it too. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and go out there and do some good work. Take care.